We create future media, future newspaper.
DataSpace is a collaboration between Nikkei Innovation Lab and the Ars Electronica Future Lab. Our project, called Global Impacts of the Russian War on Ukraine, was introduced to the public at the Ars Electronica Festival 2022. The goal of this work was to create a kind of Zen garden of information to make the worldwide consequences of the Russian war visible, tangible, understandable. This is why we choose to create DataSpace for the Deep Space 8K in Ars Electronica Center. It is an immersive 3D experience space for big audiences to really dive into a topic, to have a physical experience and well-explained data at the same time. And of course, to have conversation and discussion together. To think deeply and collectively about a topic rather than just consuming news at a fast pace and alone.
Conventional news media is designed for reading, listening, and watching. But news media with artistic journalism is designed for feeling with the whole body.
I would define artistic journalism as a convergence of a journalistic attitude of researching facts as close as possible to reality, of investigating important issues for our society, and artistic expression, the choice of a language that aims to offer its contents to everyone, mobilizing sensitivity and reflection. To create DataSpace, we first had to search, select, and work on data together with Nikkei. And then we at Future Lab create a visualization tool for displaying different kinds of complex data to really dive into the impact of the Russian war on Ukraine. The goal was not only to make information tangible, but also to display it in the Deep Space 8K at Ars Electronica Center for immersive experience in 3D and for in-person dialogue between the visitors. We wanted to discuss a deep question, such as, faced with a sharp rise of the oil price, can we build an economic model without oil? Or, now that the gas supplies are scarce, what is the cost of our dependency? Now that wheat is in short supply worldwide, can we avoid hunger? And what kind of new turmoil might this impact have? If you were displaced by war, what would be your home? If the world military budget has reached $2 trillion in 2021, why not $2 trillion to help humanity face climate change now?
You hear the news, the official news, you are on social media, whatever, and suddenly you see numbers, you see the facts. That's more impact than cruel pictures or whatever. It is data visualization that's kind of wow.
We wanted to give the public an immersive experience of the data and its applications. We have tried to make the experience both physical and conceptual by addressing a difficult subject, Russian wars on Ukraine, from an economic perspective and using a strong and simple aesthetic expression.
It's get through your body, it get through like the space there, and you share the same space with the data, and you see how impactful, how big it is, how much space you're taking yourself from, right?
Not only the animations, but also just how it felt. It means a lot more.
Part of the data space is we have a discussion part. The people think together and people discuss together. It's very important process for the democracy